Hey, good morning, everybody. I think this is going to be the new time. It gives me a little more time in the morning to get ready and get things moving, and for whatever reason, 9 a.m. has become very, very difficult, just with school and everything else going on. So I'll have to rearrange the schedule and keep the other stuff that we have on here on the Twitch page. I'll get that up to date because right now it's wrong. It says 9 a.m. and as much as I like doing 9 a.m., it just hasn't been working. Um, it's just been too much going on. I've got such full days lately that it's been really, really hard. But I'm here today and excited to be back on stream. So I thought we could. Ooh, my water's over here. Hold on. Bunches of things have changed here. The casino is not running yet, but I've got some plans to fix that here this morning. So actually, why don't we get right into that? If I jump over here, and we can talk about the Chatsino, the casino that's running here on Twitch. So I had it running on a laptop, but I have since nuked and paved that machine, and I have the code. It's just a matter of getting it up and running. So I'm going to try and do just that. So let's make sure we're not showing any secrets. But I think, yeah, Prime Day is right. Actually, I used Prime Day as a way to get some devices to give away on here. So I'm going to have a bunch of the Gen 3 Echo Dots, this style Echo Dot. I'm going to have a bunch of those by Thursday, I hope. And then I'm going to try and give a couple away every week between now and the rest of the year. So should be pretty cool. Let's see if this is the one. npm run dev. Oh man, I hope I didn't make a big mistake and destroy it. Cannot find module identity. That is something I can live with. So I'm going to go off camera just for a second, and we're going to get some files. So let's go open a file. would these be found? Not there. Somewhere I have this. Okay. Where can I find myself a copy of this file? So I'm going to need that, and I'm probably going to need keys. But identity is really important here, and I don't have a copy of it right now. Where can I get that? I wasn't really trying to open the file. There we go. Okay, cool. So if I come into here, I find that identity file. Let's see if that. Some of this stuff is so old. It almost makes me want to just start building the new chatbot now, but let's see if I can figure out what's going wrong here. Line 6. Sorry, I guess you guys can see this. Let me close out this file. So I'm having some issues with getting the casino back up and running, but it looks like it's not able to find like slots and cashier and all that stuff is here. Good morning, Gold Zulu. Yeah, these are all here. So index is bringing all of those in. Blackjack doesn't exist, but that's okay. That's not our issue. Our issue right now is that it cannot find module identity.js. Oh, cashier. I actually don't know why it would need that. Let's see if give me one more second here. Make sure I've got everything off the screen. Come on. Please cooperate. Good morning, Taylor. We were going to go look at Twitch. Blankenberg. We're going to see if this works. Come on. Here we are. This is what I'm doing. So I should be able to say poker 5, right? Nice. And my balance is there and everything. Okay, awesome. So I've got it up and running, but now I have it running locally on this machine rather than on the old one. So the casino appears to be open. Let me know if you run into any challenges or issues. But I successfully moved some code from one machine to another. This laptop, which I've had since I started at Amazon, this has seen some good days. This is my MacBook that I've had for 4+ years. I'm finally off of this. I have completely paved it, so it's basically a brand new MacBook Pro again. But it doesn't have any of that code anymore. And so I thought I had all the stuff here. It looks like I do, so I feel better about that. But I also know that at some point we're going to be getting rid of this chatbot and building a new one. So anyway, that seems to be working. Let's see, we can do slots 5. Unfortunately, not for sale, LJ. Still Amazon property. And then can I do roulette 10 red? Sweet. Okay. Thank goodness for GitHub, man. This would be such a pain if that didn't work. Okay, so that that is running. That was something I was very nervous about this morning. The other thing we need to do is I need to show you guys this too. See if I can find an easy way to demonstrate this. I got a whole new keyboard mouse setup here at this desk. Like, this isn't where I normally work. I just normally work at I have a very nice mechanical keyboard and Apple Magic Trackpad over there where I sit. But this is where I do a lot of my streaming, obviously. And so I got this keyboard. I thought you guys would appreciate this. See, the colors are all rotating through. It does all sorts of cool settings and stuff too. I don't like most of them for normal use, but there's like settings so when I type, like the keys are dark, but when you type it like sprays color all over the board and stuff. It's pretty awesome. So new keyboard here. I've got this is new too. I've never had a Windows version of this, but this is basically like I love the Magic Trackpad for my Apple, but this is a PC here, and so I wanted to get something PC-ish, and so this is a Logitech trackpad. It's battery powered, but I'm probably always going to have it plugged in, and it's doing a pretty good job. So all new hardware here, all new relatively new laptop. I've had this laptop for a year, but I've only been using it for the last couple of months. But yeah, things are good. So anybody get anything cool off of Prime Day today? Oh, it is Tuesday. It was Free.Friday on Friday. Let's fix that. Thank you for letting me know, Surly Dev. It's time to build a casino. Well, you guys can see this. And then this is it's a casino that can talk to you. All right, that's good for now. Perfect. Girl's birthday present today. That's where it's at, man. Gifts are still the same even if you spend less. So why not spend less? Okay, other thing I needed to do, and this is why I was calling out my keyboard, is that I need to get VS Code running here. See if I can do that. This machine has been very chunky lately. To get the little React website that I have for the leaderboard up and running. Oh, it's going to open like 12 of them all at once. That's no good. Come on. This machine is begging me for a reboot. How many copies of Visual Studio Code did we just open? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4, 5. Okay. Close all of them but the one. And then here, we should be able to say npm run start. And that should fire up the server instance for this website. I say should, and it didn't. Okay, CD leader. Listen to that clickiness though. Oh man, it's so good. Is that what I wanted? No. Oh boy, what did I just do? Yeah, it's a pretty good keyboard. I'm pretty happy with this. You just have to find the code in the right place, that's all. So I finally found where I buried that. And I need to deploy all this stuff. I have so many things that I need to deploy, like the chatbot and obviously the Alexa skill, and the website to run this leaderboard here on the stream. This would be so much easier on my life if I would just host it someplace. I just haven't done it. All right, we're waiting for this thing to start up. Maybe it will start up. Come on, let's go. It's really taking its time. Well, while we're waiting for that, here I'll do a little. We'll do a little monologuing because I want to tell you guys about something. So I mentioned last week that I started this. Well, it's been a month now, but I've been on this diet for about a month. And as of this morning, I am my lightest in 4 years. That feels pretty good. Now, I haven't really been making a whole lot of effort over those 4 years, so it's not like I've suddenly overcome something. I just overcame Oreos. But this is pretty awesome. I'm actually really surprised how well this diet is working. So I'm happy to be transparent with you guys. I started at 232 pounds. That's where I was at on September 17th. And this morning I'm down to 216. So it feels pretty good. I'm not stopping till I at least get under 200, but my goal is 180, which is that's a lot. So pretty pumped with how well this has worked so far. And in fact, let me see if I can show you guys. Starting the development server is taking forever. Come on, there we go. So it's now in the browser, so I should see it there, and it is, which means it should also be here, right? If we go to this, there it is. Look, the leaderboard is back alive. So I'll tell you what, Chad. Let me bring this up for you guys. Let me get to a browser and show you what I'm doing, because this is surprisingly easy. I don't feel like I'm starving myself or withholding a bunch of foods that I really love. I mean, I am, but I'm not entirely. So it's called this. It's a $17 paper or hardcover. I actually listened to it in an evening on an audiobook, which, yeah, well, it's free if you have Audible, as a trial. But I listened to it as an audiobook, and I got through it in 4 hours. I was sitting here working on baseball card stuff, and I just had it playing at 1.5 speed, and it's pretty remarkable. It is based on science. It's not just some fad diet. But the whole concept of it is that it treats it like you're a flour and sugar addict, which I think we all probably can agree we are. So it basically is treating it like you treat addiction. And so it's an absolutely none, kind of no sugar, no flour, but nothing that pretends to be it either. So you can't have artificial sweeteners or anything. But you can have sugars. You just can't have sugar. And so the key to that is, like, I can have strawberries and watermelon and all sorts of things like that. So this isn't like a carb-free diet. It's a way to think about all those added sugars that are in things, because that's where a lot of our trouble comes from. That's where a lot of like diabetes and all sorts of weight gain and stuff comes from, is all the additional sugars that we put into things. And once you start thinking about sugars and flours, man, it's been really surprising to me to just see like how much sugar is in everything. It's in everything. Um, but I've been able to make my way around. Like I found like here's a good example. This morning I had 3 eggs. I had hash browns with like garlic salt all over them. It was fantastic. I had some strawberries and some grapes. That was my breakfast. That's a solid breakfast. Yeah, exactly, Surly. Anything that ends in "ose" is bad. That's actually what I look for. And it's not even that. Like you can have things with sugar in them. It just can't be one of the first 3 ingredients. So the further down it is in the list, the better, of course. Yep, corn syrups, all that stuff. Um, but just as I was talking with one of our other folks on here about Red Bull and how much I enjoy having a Red Bull every morning, I realized that I'm not on any caffeine right now. I'm not on any sugar, and I feel fine. Like I think I just really enjoyed the taste of Red Bull, or having the ceremony of it or whatever. But I don't need it now. Do I want a Red Bull? Totally. But do I need one? No. I feel fine. I'm awake. I'm good. Good morning, Harsh. I still need to chat with you. Can you send me a DM about your win on Friday? I want to make sure we get that device to you, and I still need to work with Karthik on that. Yeah. So that's where we at. Okay, so we got the casino back up and running. We got the casino leaderboard back up and running. I need to get all of these deployed to a web server someplace so that they just run without me having to constantly spin things up. But this is the book I read. Like I said, I'm down 17 pounds in a month, and I'm still eating plenty. I'm never hungry. I'm not starving. Well worth it. If you want to lose weight, this seems to be really working, and I don't feel like I'm doing anything special. There's no exercise. In fact, they even encourage you not to exercise. That's my kind of diet, and I'm eating lots of good food. Right? The other day I made. I call them pizza nachos, but basically I use the air fryer and I crisped up a bunch of pepperonis, and then I cover them in a little bit of like tomato sauce, pasta sauce, and some cheese, and it was fantastic. It was like pizza nachos. So it's not that I'm not eating good things. There's lots of things I'm eating that are good, but I am eating a lot more vegetables and fruit and stuff, which I probably should be eating anyway. So anyway, that's the long story about my diet and what I'm doing. But it feels good to see weight come off, because I was 135 pounds when I graduated high school, and I'm not that anymore. So I'd really like to drop some of these pounds. I'm not trying to get to 135 again. That's crazy. But 175 would be nice. 180. That's where I'm going. Yeah, the way this Brightline thing works, Surly, is you can have grains, which includes pretty much all the below ground vegetables, like potatoes and stuff like that. You can only have them in the morning. So even if I wanted to have potatoes and stuff later in the day, I can't have those based on the structure of this. But things like carrots are fine. Those I eat all the time, and they're fine. Um, but yeah, I also eat a lot of broccoli and cauliflower and peppers, um, as much as I can. Right? I don't really enjoy peppers, but they're good. Yeah, they do have some sugar in them, but it's naturally occurring sugar, which is fine. I mean, you could say the same thing about pineapple or strawberry or oranges or apples. All of those things are fine too. But the way they set it up is you get most of that sugar stuff in the morning, and so you have all day to burn that stuff off before you sleep on it. So there is no sugar at nighttime. It's all protein and vegetables only. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. That's what's going on. So what I would like to do now is kind of flip over and talk about this crazy casino that we've been building. Um, Man, there's so much to dig into. This stool's a little high today. Um, I've been looking at this and I keep saying, man, what do I need to do to really publish? And like we've started our achievements; those are all good. I still have a lot of speech randomization to do, but I think it's okay if I don't go live with that. Craps is not done. There's a lot of logic to Craps that I'm struggling with, and I'm thinking for this Alexa skill, what I might do is back out Craps and maybe Blackjack, just so that we have the 3 games, right? Slots, roulette, and video poker, just to publish, just to get it over the line and publish the game. We still obviously need to do APL on these things. Another thing I should talk about, I've got 2 really exciting Alexa channel streams coming up that I'm going to be doing. This Thursday at, I think, 2 p.m. our time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, I'm doing a stream with one of the product teams that's responsible for Alexa controls. If you guys haven't heard about Alexa controls, it's kind of a new way to think about building the back end of your Alexa skill. They're structuring it in such a way to give you a lot more power and control over how you structure all of your interactions. So it's not the interaction model side of things; it's the back end side of things. But I'm going to be doing a live stream with them, and we're going to be kind of learning how all of this stuff works together. So that's happening on Thursday, and then well, it's not going to be Wednesday. Next week, sometime, we're going to do a stream on something I didn't even know existed, but I'd be curious to know if you guys can just drop it in the chat. How many of you are React developers? How many of you have done some React web development? I know there's not a ton of us here right now, but I'm just curious kind of what your thoughts are on that. If you've done any React. Because it appears that we also have something called JSX for APL, which means that you could you can use basically the React model that you're familiar with to create your APL screens, which I think is pretty awesome. You can hear more in the right speaker and not enough in the left speaker. What does that mean? Let's see. I'm not distributing it sound wise. I could maybe turn my volume up a little bit, but I don't. Now, see, I already have the volume all the way up on this mic, so I'm not doing anything side to side. I mean, I am pushing stereo sound up, but it should be all the same microphone. Let's see if I can turn it up this way. If I turn this, does this get louder or softer? I don't know if that's any louder. I don't know that it's me, but that's very interesting, Harsh. At least I don't think it's me. That would be very suspect if it was me, because I don't know how I would do that. Like send sound to one side or the other. I don't think I have that option. Let me look. Properties? No, I just get to choose that I use this microphone, so that's... Awesome. So I sounded like I was in a toilet room. Thank you for that feedback, Surly Dev. That's good to know. I just reduced the gain, so now it's a little more open. Well, I'm glad we've fixed our audio a little bit too. That's good. Okay, so let's get back to this. So what else do we really need to do? I think we could this morning, because we don't have a ton of time today. I was thinking we could go back and revisit the roulette achievements. I have these achievement things that I'd like to do, like adding losing streaks and stuff like that. For now, I think I just want to do some dice rolling achievements and some roulette spin achievements. So I'll start with the roulette ones, but if we think about what that really means, it means that we have to be able to figure out Revo XFR, welcome. And it seems like you've got this casino figured out. Nice work. So I think I'm going to do some of the roulette spin achievements right now. But to do that, we need to be able to know all the spins you've ever had before and evaluate against them. You're still having the issue? Yeah, Revo, this is it's a casino game. What you're playing in the chat is like V0.1 of a chatbot that can play video poker and slots and craps. No, video poker, slots, and roulette. What I'm building here on screen is an Alexa skill that is the V1.0 of everything that we've built. And it'll go out as an Alexa skill that does pretty much the same thing, but it has a bunch of other functionality, whatever. But the key to this was that I was building an engine that is the casino that I can then build a new chatbot on top of that will run here. It'll also run on Discord and Slack. I've even looked into how I can build it on Twitter. And I've got a pretty easy mechanism for you to match your account across all of those services without doing like crazy OAuth account linking. And so we're going to try and make it so that you can run around and have the same balance, not only on my channel, but on any of those other platforms and on other people's channels here on Twitch. So that's all stuff that's coming. But for right now, we're just putting the final touches on the Alexa skill and the engine so that I can use that engine everywhere else. So that's the story, Revo, but welcome. I'm glad you're here, Hackbrew. Thanks. I'm glad you guys like the idea. But that's kind of the plan. So with that, we're going to go look at roulette, and we're going to see if we can do some interesting roulette things. So if we look, let's close some folders down here. We could probably close some files too. I don't need all these open. Cancel. We'll leave that one open. Okay, so let's look at how this really works. So we want to do this. It's actually not been that huge. Like building the casino part isn't impossibly hard. It's a random number generator based on some rules around a game. The big project is building each of the individual bots. Alexa is more complicated than most because there's sound effects and all sorts of other stuff, but in general, Alexa is not too terribly hard if you've already got the engine to determine a lot of the functionality. And then the big thing has been like adding craps, adding blackjack, and making this thing work in a way where it's an engine and not just part of the project. It's separate. So you can see I have this entire Chatsino folder here. This is all standalone. So I can take this thing and drop it into a chatbot, or take this thing and drop it into a Twitter bot or whatever, and it'll run everywhere. But the cool thing about this, Revo, is I'm building this in a way, especially for Twitch, where if any other streamer wants to have this running on their channel, that will be possible. All they'll have to do is subscribe to me. So I'm going to use the subscription engine built into Twitch as a way for you to get this casino to run on your channel as well. And you can see lots of people will play and interact and have some fun with the casino while they're watching you or streaming, which is kind of a fun way to keep people engaged and participating. So I'm hoping that will not only get more channels using this thing, but also help drive a lot of traffic to mine. So it seems like a cool way to get subs, right? I thought that would be kind of a cool way to do it. So we'll see, Surly Dev. I don't know exactly how this is all going to work. We're not there yet. Right now, we're just going to build some roulette achievements. So to do that, I need to get into the Chatsino. Yeah, because it's a chatbot, I can determine I can see a list of who's subscribed and who's not subscribed to me. I can just have a bot that's watching and saying, oh, these are the people I should be running on, and then it just makes sure it's running on those channels, which is pretty easy to do. Okay, so we want to find the roulette folder. Here it is. And in our roulette folder, we have this play function. So you wager all day on this, but this is when we play. This is when we actually spin. Surly, you're totally getting my model, man. That is the whole plan, is to try to just generate some funds from something people want to do, right? But it also drives my popularity. It drives like the number of people that are paying attention to what's going on in this stream. So hopefully that boosts our viewership, because I'm like, the money's nice, but actually right now, all of the money that my channel makes, I may have to change this in the future, but right now, all the money that my channel makes via bits, if you donate bits to the channel or if you subscribe, all of that money is being donated to a scholarship that I helped start a couple years ago called the STIR Scholarship. And it's for high school women that are entering college in technical degrees like computer science or engineering. And so all of the money is being donated to that charity. So I think if this starts to make some real money, it's cool to be able to donate all that, but it would also be cool to keep a little bit of it. So I don't know what my policy will be. We'll have to see what kind of success this has. But just supporting the scholarship, I think, is pretty cool too. Okay, so we have this play function, and this is where we get our open wagers. I want to make sure I haven't already pulled this data. So I'm getting the game that we're currently in, and then for each wager you have, I have to evaluate them and just determine whether or not you win or lose. And then I'm getting some achievements. But this is going to be trickier. User.fields.roulette games. This is just the count of the roulette games. So I'm actually going to have to make a call to determine what all of your spins have been. So to do that, we need to look at our data and see how we're going to get that data, because I probably don't know it today. So we'll go look at Airtable and see where all this data lives. So if I look at roulette, I have a spin here and I have a user ID here. So I should be able to just pull from this table and see all of your... Yeah, I can't do it here because you can have multiple spins on the same bet. Surly Dev, you get 1 coin for every message you post in chat. Revo, that's another thing you may not have known. The math seems wrong because you get 1 coin every time you post a message. It's a way, yeah, 1 coin every time. So coin, it's not really spamming. I mean, if you want to spam, that's fine. But the idea is that's a way to get yourself out of the basement. So one of the things I'm trying to stay away from is selling more coins. What happens if you hit 0? Most people would take an opportunity to say, oh, you can buy more coins. But if I let you dump money into this casino, that would then take away my ability to give prizes away for big things. Like if you got a royal flush, I actually, if this thing can make some money, would love to be able to like actually give you like a $20 gift card if you hit a royal flush, right? But I can't do that if you're also putting money in, because then it's a casino. So Justin Jeffress is racking up some coins. Nice work. But so far, Surly, no one has been spamming chat, which has been good and healthy. But what I could do is just say, when people post a message, maybe there's a maximum number of coins you can get per day. Or when I get my stream title wrong, for instance, yeah. I do have. Oh, actually, we should take care of that right now. I have this, and if we come into this is the chatbot that we're running right now. This is a new version though, so I'm glad no one's noticed this. But we're gonna take that away. I would appreciate it if you guys don't spam. That would be awesome. But up until a moment ago, when I just commented that line out, we had a give function, and that was where I could give you, or anyone could give you some of their coins. But we found a bug in it where if you give money to yourself, you get the money, but you don't actually, it doesn't get subtracted from you. Actually, let's go look at that right now. Maybe that's an interesting thing we could fix, because I'd like to bring that functionality back. So if amount and target username, here, we'll just do this. If target user doesn't equal target username, then do that. And then down here, we can take all of this. And I can say return, hey, at context, no, context dot username. You can't give money to yourself. Stop it. I think that solves our problem. Let's give that a test. So if I come back here and I turn this back on, I think. Surly Dev, what was your balance before? Yeah, you can only give yourself as much as you have. That definitely won't work. Mr. Smoofy has all the money. But like, what happens if I just say, give Jeff Blankenberg Did that work? I've 1907. If I do that again, give Jeff Blankenberg 1,000. I'm gonna have to turn it off again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong where it allows duplication like that, but. So now you guys are losing all your money? Is that what I'm seeing? I wonder why that's happening. Yeah, that's what's not supposed to happen, is the doubling. I just don't understand how it's happening. Oh, I turned it off, Surly. Sorry. I can't let people just keep doubling up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it does that. But that's something that I'll have to identify when we rebuild this chatbot. So I guess I'll have to leave it off for now. I like being able to give people money, but I don't like doing it in a way where everybody just exploits it. Okay, so we were talking about achievements. And the next one that I want to do, I need to be able to get all of your stuff, all of your data from not the wager table, but from the roulette table. So we need a function called like get all roulette spins or something. Get all roulette spins by user. How did I already create this? I must have done this to delete things. So, okay, awesome. It already exists. So with that, we should be able to say, how do we want to do this? I guess I gotta just get it. So we'll do const roulette spins, because we'll use this for a bunch of stuff. Equals await data dot get all spins by user. And my user is user. So that's going to be a thing we use. Now, what I really want to do with this is do some conversion where I'm going to get a whole pile of records. And what I want to do with those records is basically get a count of how many times you've rolled or spun each of the numbers on the roulette wheel. So what I don't want to do is loop through those records 100 times. I want to go through them once. So I think I can just create a let spin count equal this array. And then we'll go through them once. So we should be able to do roulette spins. Revo, thanks for the follow. Dot for each. And in here we're going to say S. And we're going to say spin count S dot fields dot, what is that called? Spin. Plus equals 1. That would work pretty well, right? I loop through all the records once, and then I end up with a array that has a count of each of the spins that you have, I think. It's probably not going to like the fact that it's empty, but I don't really want to initialize this with all 36 zeros. I mean, I can. And then I also have -1. What is -1 going to do? Yeah, someday, Revo, we will be working on the chatbot part of this, the replacing this chatbot. So you can see Mr. Smoofy has something like $5 trillion or something, 1,526,000,000,000. He actually hasn't exploited. I don't think he exploited the give, but he did win a whole bunch in very large wagers. So another thing that the new chatbot will have is limits. So based on your balance, you'll have high and low limits on all your bets. So it will be very, very hard to get to $1 trillion without an incredible amount of luck. But I'm glad you're here, and we'd love to have you. I'm just in the process of changing my schedule to Revo. We are going to. I have been for the last 2 months. I think I've been going every weekday from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. But 9 to 11, just 9 is hard, especially now that school's back in session and the kids have stuff going on in the mornings. It's just harder. And so I'm shifting it back. It's going to be 10 to noon Eastern instead. So I'm glad you could join me today, and we'll keep moving on this as we go. Okay, so we can try this, but I feel like it's going to break. I can't even really do this because they could spin and I have a value that's -1. Maybe I shouldn't be having it as -1, but that's what I decided to make 00. I can get around this. We're just not going to be able to use this traditional for each kind of thing. So we'll leave this because it's pretty, but we don't need it. So we're going to do for let I equals 0. I is less than roulette spins dot length and I plus plus. All right, so we'll do it this way. This gives me a little more manual control over what we're doing.
So how do we want to do this? We need to say pretty much the same thing here. This piece, if roulette spins I dot fields dot spin is greater than 0, then we're going to do roulette spins I dot fields dot spin. No, none of this. Spin count I, no, spin count, and then all of this. Plus equals 1. You bet away all the extra coins you gained testing my bug fix, so you're back to where you were before. Okay, good. I'm glad that your conscience is there. I was worried for you. I knew this was going to be a rough day for you if you didn't reset that. So I'm glad that you did. Thank you for being honest. Else... No. What am I going to do with this? This is so dumb. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 36. So otherwise we're going to say spin count 37. Is that right? I have the 36 numbers plus the 0. That's 37 spots. That gets me to 36. So 37 should be the extra spot. Okay. So that's good. So let's do this, and then we'll just do a little spin count like so. We'll see what our array looks like. So the data we have is 22, 13, 31, and 6. So those should be the only values that have a 1 in them, and then we'll populate it with some more data to see how that looks. But this should get us to a place where we now have that array. And then I can start awarding achievements based on how many times you've rolled a specific, or spun a specific number in roulette. So we got to fire this bad boy up. Let's do it. Nope. Let's do npm run dev. Beautiful. Okay, let's go to the developer portal and get Alexa talking to us. And there you are, Chatsino. It's been too long. And we'll go to test. And we should be able to play a game of roulette with no problem. Bet 10 on red. Well, that's not
I don't know that one.
Open the casino first, Jeff. Nice.
Welcome to the Chatsino. You currently have 17,411 coins available. You have played slots 53% of the time. You should give poker or roulette a try today. What would you like to do?
Justin Jeffers, don't think I didn't notice you trying to bet minus 100. I'm on top of that, man.
You wagered 10 coins on red. What would you like to do next? You can place another bet.
Okay.
The wheel landed on 25. You bet 10 on red and won 10 coins. You won a total of 10 coins, which brings your total to 17,423. I've returned all of your coins from the table. What would you like to do now?
So So if we dig into this, oh, look at this. I have my spin count array. And if we look at this, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's actually pretty convenient. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6, 13, 22, and 31. Was that our values? Guys, our code worked on the first try. Do you know how rare that happens? We need to have full appreciation for how rare that is. My code never works on the first try. But it didn't include 25. Why? $25 would be this one. No. Oh, yeah, it did. 21. Yeah, it did include 25. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Revo, I'm doing this all by myself. I decided I was going to build everything in public. So literally every second of development that's been done on this has been done on stream as well. And if you jump to my YouTube channel or look in the archives here, you'll find hours and hours and hours of development. But the slow part of it is that I only work on it an hour and a half, 2 hours a day at most. And that's with explaining everything and all that. So it's a big project, but I am just working on it by myself, yes. So this is working perfectly. I now have an array that tells me my counts. So now when we come back here to, not this, we get back here to achievement, we can get rid of this. We don't need this. But we could say right here, get the count of each type of spin in roulette. That's awesome. Another thing that we could do, and I think let's see if we can just add this now. Let color count equal, and we'll just have 0, 0 in this one. And this is something that's going to be a little trickier. I have this position, but this doesn't really give me what I want. Do I have color? I do have color, so I can use that to determine this. Do I have that? I don't have that included in here though. So we'll have to do const color equals require, and this will be achievement.js. I don't need that. Not achievement either. I want color. And so this is basically just simple arrays. When did I start? Well, I mean the initial casino, the one you're using here in the chat, that was probably built in July, June. We started on this Alexa skill probably early August. Yeah, early August, I want to say. So we've probably been at this for a little over 2 months. You don't know anything about a casino, but you've never seen or played it. That's okay. One of the other things that I'm hoping to build into this is like a training thing, so you can be like, how do I play this game? And it'll be like, oh, here's what happens, and we spin some wheels, because it's not super obvious when you play here in just a chat room. But on Alexa, like, we'll have spinning reels and a spinning roulette wheel and cards that flip over. Eventually we'll get to all that. But this is color for now, and so what I want to do is say, if the spin is greater than 0, I could put it right in here and just say if color.red.includes, and this is where we just want to find the spin number that we're looking at right now. I guess I don't really even need to put this in here. No reason to add logic where it doesn't belong. So this is for the spin numbers. Then we'll say if color red includes the number, then we're going to do color count plus equals 1. Else if color.black includes, no, not all that. Takes all this, then color count, this isn't right at all. Jeff, come on. This needs to be 0, and this needs to be plus equals 1. Okay, so now we'll have a nice array of colors. What? Oh my gosh. Guys, I have to go. I didn't even realize it. Hey, I gotta go. I have a meeting that I did not see on my calendar. So we're gonna have to stop for now. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'll see you soon. So sorry.